Good morning, beautiful people. It's another Thursday, a beautiful time, another wonderful day. It is another beautiful day to be with you today. I hope you've been having an amazing week. We are close to weekend, so I believe you've had a lot done. It's been a very productive week. One of the most interesting things about, I'm going to use the word most. One of the most interesting things about most of us as small and business leaders, small business size leaders, those of us that have small and medium sized businesses, one of the biggest and interesting things that I have observed is the fact that we tend to treat cybersecurity like insurance. We try to treat it like insurance. What that means in essence is we see it as a necessity for something that is not exciting. But over time, how exactly do you want to know if the efforts that you're actually putting into whatever initiative that you are doing, and in this case, I'm talking about your cybersecurity initiatives, if how do you know if those efforts are actually working? I want you to take your car. Let's use your car. But before then, the goal for this session is for us to know exactly what to measure when it comes to our cybersecurity metrics and why we should be measuring it so that you can illuminate some light. I'm going to use the word so that you can actually have some light, you can have some confidence in what your cybersecurity posture looks like, be able to safeguard your assets, and at the same time, be able to confidently accelerate your business growth. It's very important that you have a good understanding of what your metrics are. Like I said, it's important for us to know how your efforts are working. And the way you can do a measurement of this is what is referred to as your metrics. That's where your metrics come in. So, what are your metrics? Your metrics are like the compass that will guide you through a fog, through a foggy day. You need a compass because you can't see very well. Or even if in the instance where you actually know the road, you know where you are going to, you still need something to help you move in the direction so that you don't miss your way. And that's one of the things that your metrics will do for you because they are concrete data driven signals that will show you what is worth protecting in your business and at the same time what needs urgent attention. So that is one of the reasons why it's important for us today to understand the metrics that you should actually be watching out for in order to know what is worth protecting in your business and at the same time what needs urgent attention when it comes to protection. So I want you to imagine that you are driving your car on a foggy night. On a foggy night, you are driving your car, but interestingly, you don't have your headlights on, and at the same time, your dashboard signals, your dashboard light is not on. How would you feel? I know to a very large extent, you feel like everything is blind and uncertain. The sincere truth is, even if you know the direction in which you are going, you are still a bit uncertain because of the conditions under which you are driving. Now, I want you to change that direction and decide to put on the headlights. Once you put on the headlights, I need you to see how everything will change. The signals will come up on the dashboard immediately. And the thing with the signals on the dashboard is that they are alerting you to what is going right or wrong or is working or is not working right on your dashboard. That means if there's any problem in your car or in the car at that point in time, your dashboard will signal it. Now, what that is saying is that you don't really have to be a car mechanic to know if there's a problem in the car, as long as you understand what the signal on the dashboard is saying. You have a good understanding of what the problem in the car is. That's exactly is what your cyber metrics look like. Just understand what the dial on your dashboard is saying. It's going to alert you to where there is a problem, there is a challenge, so that you can take immediate steps. That exactly is what your cybersecurity metrics look like. That exactly is how they work. They will help you to light your way. They will give you visibility into your defenses. And at the same time, they will show you exactly how you should focus your resources. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to protection, I'm going to use the word protection at this time, with a lot of small and medium-sized businesses, is not necessarily because of money. Let me use that word money. I'm saying money because even when you have the money, you have allocated your resources towards where exactly you need to channel your growth. But if you do not understand where exactly the growth should be coming from, where the impact should be coming from, how do you know where to channel your resources to? How do you know where to channel your resources to? Another mistake I have seen a lot of people make when it comes to cybersecurity metrics is that we always believe that the only thing it does is to help us prevent disaster. No, that's not what it does. That's not the only, don't let me say that's not what it does. That's not the only thing it does. It will help you to reveal the blind spots in your operations. It will help you to build trust with your clients as well as your partners. And for those of you in regulated industries, those of you who are in the critical industries, healthcare, financial sectors, anything that has to do with a regulated industry, it will also help you to unlock the contracts for those in the regulated industries. I don't think you knew that. That's one of the reasons why it's very, very imperative that you have a good understanding of what your cybersecurity metrics should look like. So I want you to understand that your cybersecurity metrics are not just numbers. They are actually the insights that will help you to be able to drive smarter decisions, prove value, and at the same time help your business to stay ahead of the risk that is evolving. I think one of the things I have explained over time is the fact that one of the biggest challenges that a lot of SMBs have is the fact that we seem to focus on the immediate threats, forgetting that the landscape is constantly evolving. And for every time it evolves, certainly it will come with risks. So if you are able to consistently measure your cybersecurity metrics, you will have a good understanding of what is happening in your landscape. Now let's move into the main lesson. As a smart leader, what metrics should you actually be watching out for? Those are some of the things I want us to learn today. As a very smart leader who owns or works for an SMB, a small or medium-sized business, there are certain metrics that you need to watch out for. Now, what I'm saying invariably is that I have decided to place these metrics in categories. So we don't have to look at every one of them. I have placed them together into categories so that it will be not only be easier for you to understand, it will also be enable you to be able to implement them in tranches. It will allow you to implement them without being overwhelmed. There are so many of them that I don't expect you to implement on your own. But like I said, knowledge is key. Ignorance kills, okay? If someone wants to do something for you and they're telling you, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, it is your responsibility to be able to ask the right questions and also give the right ideas because you know what you're saying. That is the essence of this community. Okay? Now, the first metric that I want us to know is what is referred to as the security posture metrics. What these metrics does is that they are signals that will show you how your technical defenses are being maintained. All the technical defenses that you have put into your security posture, all the things that have been done technical wise, how are they working? What are they doing? Any signal on this will show you if you are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. Now, some of the metrics that I think is very important for you to know or I'm going to use the word the KPIs, the performance indicators that I think is very, very important for you to know under this category are: number one, the vulnerability patching rates; number two, your endpoint protection status, as well as your system configuration compliance. What this means is that every time you do a vulnerability patch, what are the rates? What is happening? Are you doing the right thing? Are you doing the wrong thing? Is it working? That is what the vulnerability patching rate is. The endpoint protection status is showing you that the endpoint protection tools that you have decided to put on your staff members' devices, your VPNs, your antivirus software, your NDIS protection program, all those endpoint tools, how exactly are they working? What is their current status? Is it doing what it's supposed to be doing? If there is a problem, he has to pull a trigger to say something is not right. This laptop has not been found. This laptop has not been used in this number of days. This laptop is, something is not right. Okay? Somebody is trying to crack this. There should be a status at every point in time. And then there is the system configuration compliance. Is your system configuration meeting with the standards or the policies that you have set for your organization? So that is the number one, the security posture metrics. The number two is what is referred to as the incident metrics. Like I said, please don't be overwhelmed. I'm explaining these things to you so that you know the right questions to ask when you are speaking with your cybersecurity consultant or when you are speaking to members of your security team. The second one is the incident metrics. Now, the thing with the incident metrics is that these are the signals that will reveal what is called your operational readiness, as well as the weaknesses in your detection and response capabilities. The detection and response tools that you have put in place, what is happening on them? Now, the KPIs I need you to mention, the performance indicators I need you to look at here are the numbers and the types of detected incidents, the time to detect as well as time to respond, then the incident recovery times. What is happening at this point in time? The track number and types of detected incidents means that every time there is an incident, I think I'm going to mention it again. A breach, an incident does not necessarily mean a breach. I'm going to say it again. An incident does not necessarily mean a breach. If one of your staff members is doing what they are not supposed to be doing, it is regarded as an incident. If they click on the wrong link, it is an incident. If they try to download a file they should not be downloading, it is an incident. Anytime there is a trigger pulled, those are the times that you want to mention. What are the numbers? What are the types of incidents that is actually detected? If there is what is called the exfiltration of data, I want to know, data loss, what kind of incident is it? Those are the kind of things that you want to know. How many times did it happen? In which department is this usually happening? Those are the things you actually want to understand within your organization so that you know how to work around it. Then the second thing is the time to detect as well as the time to respond. Time to detect means an incident happened. How many minutes did it take to know? Or how many minutes did the team, I'm going to use the word the team at this point in time, take to detect that incident? This was when it happened. How are they working towards making it faster? This was how long it took for them to respond. Response means how did they respond to that incident? What did they do to make it right? When an incident happens, you don't just let it go. You need to do something about it, even if it is just to file a report. All right? Then you need to look at your incident recovery times. If there is an incident or when there is an incident, how long did it take for the recovery to happen? The third metric I need you to look at is what is referred to as the user behavior metrics. Now, the thing with the user behavior metrics is that these are the signals that will help you to understand how your employees, their behavior is on the network. I'm going to use the word on the network right now. That can be the internet, that can be the office network, that can be anywhere, anything. Okay, it will determine your human risk, because the actions that your employees are taking will determine the human risk. So you need to understand what they are doing, how they are doing it. The KPIs I need you to measure at this point is the phishing simulation click rates. If you're having a phishing simulation, how many people are getting, I'm going to use the word, are falling into the trap? What is their click rates? If you have 100 staff members, if 50% of them are still clicking on the wrong link during the simulation, then you know that the cybersecurity awareness training programs that we are putting in place is not working. All right? The training completion percentages, how many people are actually completing the training programs that you have put in place for them. Then the number 3 is access request patterns. Are people just making unnecessary requests for access, even though their job roles do not need it? You need to understand the access request patterns. How are people making requests for access? How are your employees making requests for access? Are they making requests for access they don't need? Some people just want to, in my language, they will say, Ojumito, they just want to know everything. And I've said significantly, even if you are the CEO of the organization, if your job role does not require that you get access to a particular tool or a particular portal or pattern, please make it a point of duty not to request for it. You don't need access to it. No, you don't. Number 4, the fourth category we are going to be looking at is what is referred to as the compliance metrics. Now, this particular metrics or this particular category works more for those of my leaders as well as founders who are working in regulated organizations. But I've also come to understand, even if you're not working in a regulated organization, there are still some things that you need to put in place, especially when it comes to your organization's policies, procedures, the standards. Are your staff members meeting up with it? Now, the measures that I need you to look out for at this time, we are talking about measures that are aligned with the regulations or the standards that you need to meet up with. Like I already explained, are you meeting up with PCI-DSS? Are you meeting up with CCPA? Are you meeting up with GDPR? Are you meeting up with HIPAA? Is it high-tech what your organization has to meet up with? Those are some of the factors you need to put into consideration. The audit results and the policy adherence levels that you need to ensure that you meet up with in order to meet up with your legal obligations. I'm not going to say only legal obligations at this time, even your organization's policies. Those are some of the factors I need you to look at, measure, and think about. All right? The 5th category is risk management metrics. Now, the thing with this particular category is the fact that these are the indicators or these are the signals that are used for quantifying your risk posture. What does your risk look like? What does your organization's risk posture look like? The reason this is very, very important, and this is the most important, or one, I won't use the word the most, one of the most important metrics that you need to watch out for, because you can use this to quantify how you can prioritize your security investments. By being able to prioritize your security investments, you are going to be using it to work on what is called your business impact. How do you need your business to grow? How do you need your business to work? If you don't understand the risk management metrics that you have put in place within your organization and how they are working, how will you be able to set up what is called a risk tolerance, a risk appetite? At the same time, how will you be able to put in different measures in place? Don't worry about what I just said. There are things we are going to look at later. All right. But like I said, I need you to understand these things so that when you are talking to your consultants or your cybersecurity team, you know the right things to say. All right. Even if you're just using the terms, they know that you understand, or to a certain extent, you are not naive or you're not a novice. The certain the KPIs, the performance indicators I need you to look out for at this time are your risk acceptance levels, the risk treatment progress, as well as residual risk. Please pay attention to those three: the risk acceptance levels, the risk treatment progress, as well as the residual risk. Residual risk in this instance means one of the biggest lessons we have learned as cybersecurity professionals is the fact that you can never, at any point in time, totally always eliminate risk. I just explained that. You can never always eliminate risk. No. There will always be something remaining to a very small extent. And the reason you need to do that is because if you totally eliminate it, you might end up not allowing people to be able to, I won't use the word people, not allowing your organization to be able to meet up with its business objectives. And that's why we always leave allowance for a certain amount or a small level of risk, which is referred to as the residual risk, because that is the only way your organization can still meet up with its business objectives. Like I said, we can never totally eliminate risk. Yes, we can. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of times, it is really not advisable if you still want that organization to meet up with its business objectives. Now, the last metrics, category of metrics that I need us to look at is what is referred to as the business impact metrics. This is where the money is. These particular metrics are the indicators that help you to tie the cybersecurity outcomes that you have to your business performance. Now, this is very important because if you don't understand, like I explained initially, your risk management metrics, you won't be able to tie the outcomes to your business impact. And like I just explained about residual risk, how do you know what you should be eliminating, what you should be minimizing, or what you should take out totally? Okay? But if you have a good understanding of what your risk management metrics look like, it's also going to enable you to work well with your business impact metrics. Now, let's talk about the business impact metrics. The KPIs that I need you to look out for are three. Number one, your downtime costs, your financial losses in case of an incident. Then number three, most importantly, the reputational damage. The downtime costs. Every time you have a downtime, what is it costing your organization? Every time your resources are down, every time tools are down, every time there is an incident, what is it costing your organization financially? You need to put that in mind. You need to know. You must always know at every point in time. Like I said, this particular metric is about the money. Is about the money. You need to know what you are spending or losing when there is a downtime. When your staff members are not working because there is an incident, what are you losing per minute, per second, per hour? You need to know. The financial losses from an incident. Every time there is an incident, what are you losing? Apart from the downtime costs, what exactly are you losing financially? You are bringing in a consultant, you are bringing in a data breach coach, you are actually you are paying for some fines because you didn't do things that you're supposed to do, right? Everything that it is costing you to come back, what financial loss did you get from that incident? Even like I said, it may not necessarily even be a breach. It might just be a disgruntled employee playing games. What did you lose out from that particular incident? Did you have to buy a new tool? Did you have to put some things in place in order to have a turnaround? Those should be regarded as part of your financial losses from the incident. Then the third one that may not be able to, may be irreparable, is reputational damage. What is it costing you reputational wise? What did that particular incident cost you reputational wise? You need to know. Believe me, like I said, this particular metric is very important. We always tie it to the risk management metrics because this is about the money. If you want to grow, you need to understand what you are losing before you can understand what you are making. Okay? Every cybersecurity metrics, every category I have just mentioned to you right now I have mentioned 6 categories to you. The security posture metrics, the incident metrics, the user behavior metrics, the compliance metrics, the risk management metrics, as well as the business impact metrics. Those are the 6 categories of metrics I need you to work with as a small and medium sized business. I want you to know that each of these metrics actually has a purpose. Some of them can be helping you to spot weak, it can be spotting weak spots, it can be validating your investment, and at the same time, it may just be to be able to communicate with leadership. But what I want you to understand is that at every point in time, each of those categories are doing a specific kind of job that will either make you money or lose money. They will either make you money or lose money. Ignorance is the greatest killer of investments. So if you don't know, that's the first place where you're actually losing money. I want you to know that cybersecurity is not necessarily about technology, about compliance. It is about enabling your business to thrive not only securely but safely. When you look at the right metrics, they can transform what is called guesswork into confidence and turn chaos into control for you. So you need to understand the story that your data is telling. Metrics is data. So you need to understand the story that that data is telling, because that is what will empower your team to be able to act decisively. Not only when there is an incident, but also make the right decisions. Now we are back. What do I need you today? The first thing I want you to do today is Thursday. I need you to sit down, look at look at the 6 categories I have given to you. Like I said, the reason we have decided to put them into categories is that you can work with them in tranches, you can work with them in batches. Now, of each of the metrics, each category I have given to you, I need you to put 2 or 3 metrics in place that aligns with your own business risk and goal. Like I said, you are the only person that understands your organization's risk. You are the only person that understands your organization's goals, because you are the only person that understands the vision. You are carrying every other person along with the vision that you already have. So if you have a good understanding of the vision, you should be in a position to say, oh, from everything I have just explained right now, I need you to understand what you should be watching out for based off of your goals, based off of the vision that you have for your organization. So just choose 2 or 3. You can even choose just one metric that you know is very, very important to you from every category and start working on it. Then use that to align with your business goals as well as risk. I need you to start tracking them on a consistent basis. And it's not just about tracking them. I need you to start looking at them on a consistent basis. What is happening to us in this regard? What are we doing with regards to this? How are we doing this? Then at every point in time, I need you to start reviewing. It's not just about tracking it. I need you to review the results with your leadership team on a regular basis. Believe me, you need to consistently review the results. Oh, as at this point in time we were here, this is where we are right now. How can we work towards getting here? How can we work towards reducing this? How can we work towards getting this? How can we work towards, you know how to put things in place based off of the fact that you are monitoring it. If you are the kind of person that looks at what your account has, your bank account has at every point in time, especially for people that have investments, all you are thinking about is how you want to increase the investment, especially when you know and identify your needs. That exactly is the way this should be working for you. If you track it on a regular basis and you discuss it with members of your team, a lot of them will have ideas. Some people will be able to give you suggestions about what you should do or how you should can put some things in place. Nobody, from my own understanding, nobody is foolish and no idea is too small or too stupid for you to follow, for you to go with. Everyone always has an idea that will always work well for you. Wow, it's been another great session. I believe this has been very impactful. If you have questions, please don't forget to send in your questions. This is a community. We are building a community. The goal of this community is to work together as a team to empower each other to not only grow our businesses by understanding cybersecurity initiatives, strategies, everything. All right. That is why it's very, very important for you to ask questions. It's very important for you to ask questions so that every other person can also learn from you. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this session. I want to thank you so much for another beautiful session. I want to thank you for sharing your day with me. Don't forget to join me again by 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Don't forget to join me by 11:30 a.m. next week, Tuesday. I want you to know that your cybersecurity journey depends on measurable progress. I want you to start by illuminating your path today. Have a beautiful, amazing, wonderful weekend. Enjoy your day.